Hello and welcome to this special module on physical education. Today we are going to talk about cricket and we are going to talk about the basic nuances of cricket, and then we are going to talk about in detail about test cricket. Now before we start, small information: the influence of weather. Cricket is a sport played predominantly in the drier periods of the year, but even so the weather is a key factor in many cricket matches. Cricket cannot be played in wet weather. Dampness affects the bounce of the ball on the wicket and is a risk to all players involved in the game. Many grounds have facilities to cover the cricket pitch or the wicket. The covers can be in form of tarpaulins laid over the wicket, elevated covers on wheels acting like umbrella, or even hover covers which form an airtight seal around the wicket. However, most grounds do not have the facilities to cover the outfield. This means that in the event of heavy rain, a match may be cancelled, abandoned or suspended due to an unsafe outfield. Another factor in cricket is the amount of light available. At grounds without floodlights or in game formats which disallow the use of floodlights, umpires can stop play in the event of bad light, as it becomes too difficult for the batsman and in the extreme cases fielders to see the ball coming at them. The sight screens give a white background which help batsmen pick out the red ball, or a black background for a white ball. The umpires always have the final decision on weather related issues. Uniqueness of each field. Unlike those of most sports, cricket playing fields can vary significantly in size and shape. While the dimensions of the pitch and infield are specifically regulated, the laws of cricket do not specify the size or shape of the field. The field boundaries are sometimes painted and sometimes marked by a rope. Pitch and outfield variation can have a significant effect on how balls behave and are fielded, as well as on batting. Pitches vary in consistency and thus in the amount of bounce, spin and seam movement available to the bowler. Hard pitches are usually good to bat on because of high but even bounce. Dry pitches tend to deteriorate for batting as cracks often appear, and when this happens to the pitch, spinners can play a key role. Damp pitches or pitches covered in grass, termed as green pitches, allow good fast bowlers to extract extra bounce. Such pitches tend to offer help to fast bowlers throughout the match, but become better for batting as the game goes on. While players of other outdoor sports deal with similar variation of field surface and stadium covering, the size and shape of their fields are much more standardized. Other local factors such as altitude and climate can also significantly affect play. These physical variations create a distinctive set of playing conditions at each ground. A given ground may acquire a reputation as batsman friendly or bowler friendly if one or the other discipline notably benefits from its unique mix of elements. The absence of a standardized field affects not only how particular games play out, but the nature of team makeup and players' statistical records. Now, types of matches. Now, cricket is a multifaceted sports with multiple formats, varying playing standard and level of formality and the desired time that the match should last. A pertinent division in terms of professional cricket is between matches limited by time, in which the teams have 2 innings apiece, and those limited by number of overs, in which they have a single innings each. The former, known as first class cricket, has a duration of 3 to 5 days, and there have been examples of timeless matches too. The latter known as limited over cricket because each team bowls a limit of typically 50 to 20 overs, has a planned duration of 1 day only. A match can be extended if necessary due to bad weather, etc. Typically, 2 innings matches have at least 6 hours of playing time each day. Limited overs match often last 6 hours or more. There are usually formal intervals on each day for lunch and tea with brief informal breaks for drinks. There is also a short interval between innings. Amateur cricketers rarely play matches that last longer than a single day. These may loosely be divided into declaration matches in which a specified maximum time or number of overs is assigned to the game in total, and the teams swap roles only when the batting team is either completely dismissed or declares, and limited over matches in which a specified maximum number of overs is assigned for each team's innings individually. These will vary in length between 30 and 60 overs per side at the weekend and the even popular 20-over format during the evenings. Other forms of cricket such as indoor cricket and garden cricket remain popular. Historically, a form of cricket known as single wicket had been extremely successful, and many of these contests in the 18th and the 19th century qualify as important matches. In this form, although each player may have from 1 to 6 players, there is only one batsman at a time, and he must face every delivery bowled while his innings last. Single wicket has rarely been played once limited overs cricket began. Test cricket is the longest form of the sport of the cricket and is considered its highest standard. Test matches are played between national representative teams with test status as determined by the International Cricket Council (ICC). The two teams of 11 players play a 4 innings match which may last up to 5 days or longer in some historical cases. It is generally considered the most complete examination of teams' playing ability and endurance. The name test stems from the long, grueling match being a test of the relative strengths of the two sides. The first officially recognized test match began on 15th March 1877 and ended on 19th March 1877 and was played between England and Australia at the Melbourne Cricket Ground (MCG), where Australia won by 45 runs. A test match to celebrate 100 years of Test cricket was held in Melbourne from 12th to 17th March 1977, in which Australia beat England by 45 runs, the same margin as that first test. In October 2012, the International Cricket Council recast the playing condition for test matches, permitting day-night test matches. The first day-night game took place between Australia and New Zealand at Adelaide Oval on 27 November 2015. Now, test status. Test matches are the highest level of cricket, although statistically their data forms part of first class cricket. Matches are played between national representatives teams with test status as determined by the International Cricket Council. As of December 2014, 10 national teams have test status. The the most recent promoted being Bangladesh in 2000. Zimbabwe's test status was voluntarily suspended because of poor performances between 2006 to 2011. It returned to competition in August 2011. In January 2014, during the historic ICC meeting in Dubai, the pathway for a new potential test nations was laid out, with the winners of the next round of the ICC Intercontinental Cup playing a 5-day match against the bottom-ranked test nation. If the associate team defeats the test nation, then they could be added as the new test country and be given full membership. A list of matches defined as tests was first drawn up by Australian Clarence Moody in mid-1890s. Representatives matches played by simultaneous England touring sides of 1891-92 in Australia and South Africa and 1929-30 in the West Indies and New Zealand are deemed to have test status. In 1970, a series of 5 test matches was played in England between England and a rest of world 11. These matches, originally scheduled between England and South Africa, were amended after South Africa was suspended from international cricket because of their government's policy of apartheid. Although initially given test status and included as test matches in some record books, including Wisden Cricketer's Almanac, this was later withdrawn and a principle was established that official test matches can only be between nations. Although the geographically and demographically small countries of West Indies have since 1928 been permitted to field a coalition side. Despite this, in 2005, the ICC ruled that the 6-day Super Series match that took place in October 2005 between Australia and World 11 was an official test match. Some cricket writers and statisticians, including Bill Frindle, ignored the ICC's ruling and excluded the 2005 match from their records. The series of test matches played in Australia between Australia and World 11 in 1971-72 do not have test status. The commercial super tests organized by Kerry Packers as part of his World Series cricket enterprise and played between WSC Australia, WSC World 11 and WSC West Indies from 1977 to 79 have never been regarded as official test matches. Now, playing time. A standard day of test cricket consists of 3 sessions of 2 hours each, the breaks between sessions being 40 minutes for lunch and 20 minutes for tea. However, the times of sessions and intervals may be altered in certain circumstances. If a bad weather or a change of innings occur close to a scheduled break, the break may be taken immediately. If there has been a loss of playing time, for example because of bad weather, the session times may be adjusted to make up the lost time. If the batting side is 9 wickets down at the scheduled tea break, then the interval may be delayed until either 30 minutes has elapsed or the team is all out. The final session may be extended by up to 30 minutes if 90 or more overs have not been bowled in that day's play, subject to any reduction for adverse weather. The final session may be extended by 30 minutes except on the 5th day if the umpires believe that the results can be decided within that time. In the early days of Test cricket, matches were played for 4 days. Until the 1980s, it was usual to include a rest day, often a Sunday. There have also been timeless tests which did not end after a predetermined maximum time. In 2005, Australia played a 6-day match against a World 11, which the ICC sanctioned as an official test match, even though the match reached a conclusion on the fourth day. There have been attempts by the ICC, the sports governing body, to introduce day-night test matches. In 2012, the International Cricket Council passed playing conditions that allowed for the staging of day-night test matches. The first day-night test took place during New Zealand's tour to Australia in November 2015. The rules and gameplay. Test cricket is played in innings. The word denotes both the singular and the plural. In each innings, one team bats and the other bowls, that is the field. Ordinarily, 4 innings are played in a test match and each team bats twice and bowls twice. Before the start of play on the first day, the 2 team captains and the match referee toss a coin. The captain who wins the toss decides whether his team will bat or bowl first. In the following scenarios, the team that bats first is referred to as Team A and their opponents as Team B. Usually, the teams will alternate at the completion of each innings. Thus, Team A will bat and Team B will bowl until its innings end, and then Team B will bat and Team A will bowl. When Team B innings end, Team A begin their second innings, and this is followed by Team B's second innings. The winning team is the one that scores more runs in their 2 innings. The team's innings end in one of the following ways. The team is all out. This typically occurs when a team has lost 10 wickets, 10 of the 11 batsmen having been dismissed and are bowled out. It may be occasionally occur with the loss of fewer wickets if one or more batsmen are unavailable to bat through injury, for example. The team's captain declares the innings closed, usually because they believe they have enough runs. A declaration before the innings start is called an innings forfeiture. The team batting fourth score the required number of runs to win. The prescribed time for the match expire if at the completion of its first inning, Team B's first inning total is 200 or more fewer than Team's A. The captain of the Team A may, but is not required to, order Team B to have their second innings next. This is called enforcing the follow on. In this case, the usual order of the third and fourth inning is reversed. Team A will bat in the fourth innings. It is rare for a team forced to follow on to win the match. In Test cricket, it has happened only 3 times, although over 285 follow-ons have been enforced. Australia was the losing team on each occasion, twice to England in 1894 and in 1981, and once to India in 2001. If the whole of the first day's play of a test match has been lost because of bad weather or other reasons like bad light, then Team A may enforce the follow-on if Team B's first innings total is 150 or more fewer than Team's A. During the second test between England and New Zealand at Headingley, Leeds, 24 to 28 May 2013, England batted first after the first day was lost because of rain. New Zealand batting second scored 180 runs fewer than England, meaning England could have enforced the follow-on, though they choose not to. This is similar to 4-day first-class cricket, where the follow-on can be enforced if the difference is 150 runs or fewer. If the test is 2 days or fewer, then follow-on value is 100 runs. After 80 overs, the captain of the bowling side may take a new ball, although this is not required. The captain will usually take the new ball, being harder and smoother than an old ball. A new ball generally favors faster bowlers who can make it bounce more variably. The roughened, softer surface of an old ball can be more conducive to spin bowlers or those using reverse swing. The captain may delay the decision to take the new ball if he wishes to continue with his spinners because the pitch favors spin. After a new ball has been taken, should an innings last a further 80 overs, then the captain will have the option to take another new ball. Test match may end in one of the 6 results, or 4 innings are complete. The team batting fourth are all out before overtaking the other team, usually before matching the other team's score. The team that batted third are the winners by a margin equal to the difference in the aggregate runs scored by the 2 teams. For example, Team A won by 95 runs. Very rarely in over 2000 test matches played, it only happened twice. The scores can end level, resulting in a tie. The team batting in the 4th innings overtakes the opposing team's run total. The match ends and the team batting 4th is the winner by a margin equal to the number of wickets still to fall in the innings. For example, Team B won by 5 wickets. The 3rd innings concludes with the team that batted twice still trailing the team that batted once. The match ends without playing a 4th innings. The team that batted only once is the winner by a margin equal to an innings plus the difference in aggregate run totals of the team. For example, Team B won by an innings and 26 runs. Time for the match expires without a result being reached. This usually occurs at the end of the last day of the match. The result is a draw if there is no winner. No matter how superior the position of one of the sides, rain causing a loss of playing time is a common factor in drawn matches, although matches may be drawn even without interference from the weather, usually as a result of poor time management or an intentional effort on the part of one team to avoid losing. The match is abandoned because the ground is declared unfit for play, and this has occurred 3 times, resulting each time in a draw being declared. That is England versus Australia at Headingley, Leeds 1975 due to vandalism, and West Indies versus England at Sabina Park, Kingston, Jamaica 1998, dangerous ground. West Indies versus England at Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, Antigua 2009, that is on the basis of dangerous ground. The match is awarded through a forfeiture. If a team refuses to take the field of play, the umpires may award the match to the opposing team. This has only happened once in Test cricket in the 2006 4th Test between England and Pakistan. So now we come to the conclusion of this episode. Now in this episode we have learnt a lot about the basic nuances of various forms of cricket, and especially we have done a detailed analysis of Test cricket. I hope this information was of some use to all of you. Thank you so much for watching.